Last year, we started a new tradition where the senior class selected a staff member to speak at their graduation ceremony. The class of 2026 was asked to nominate a staff member to impart some final words of wisdom before they leave this building as alumni of Germantown High School. It is my honor to welcome to the stage the class of 2026's nominee, Mr. Daniel Frusolone.
Just so no one is confused, I do teach here. I'm not not just a random sophomore. All right, I'm employed here. And if you're in my room for open house, it's either the second or third time you've heard this joke, so savor it. But regardless, good afternoon, friends, family, peers, staff, but most importantly, the class of 2026. I am beyond humbled to be able to stand before you today, and I thank you guys wholeheartedly for allowing me this opportunity to speak to you this afternoon. Now, as it goes with any career, there's a learning curve. Okay, in the world of education, they say, hey, in your first year teaching, you have one goal: survive. Well, I'm 4 years into this thing, and I think year in and year out, my kind of goal has been to survive. But year in and year out, day in and day out, I teach, and in turn, students learn. Hopefully. But, of course, there are lessons taught in my class all the time. AP Psychology, we talk about conditioning, classical conditioning, and all that. Criminal justice, we talk about the court systems and all that, and that's good stuff. And in general, some of you guys have learned that when Mr. Frusolone asks you to pick up a marker underneath the mini hoop, you don't. Or else you might learn the hard way. But what's often overlooked is how much teachers learn. Year in and year out, I learn. And that sentiment couldn't be any truer than with the class of 2026. Teaching AP Psychology and Criminal Justice, junior and senior level classes, the class of 2026 was kind of my first. So today, on the topic of learning, I could go on and on about all the lessons that I may or may not have taught you over the last 2 years, but the roles are going to be reversed here a little bit. I wanted to highlight what you guys have taught me. So I wanted to start with this first lesson that I've learned from the class of 2026. And that's about authenticity. The first thing that stands out about the class of 2026 is how unapologetically yourselves some of you are. Okay, and as I look around, some of you guys kind of know what I'm talking about. Okay, but what I've learned is just how deep that authenticity truly goes. Authenticity comes in all different shapes and sizes. It's not always paraded for everyone out to see. But it's the idea of being truly proud of who you are, right? And you guys exemplify that in your daily conversations, the work that you submit, and just the way that you carry yourselves in the classroom, in the hallways, and in your extracurriculars. Now tell me if you've heard this before, when people are talking about teenagers generally, right? They use the terms they or them when referring to you guys. I've been guilty of it. Many of us have been guilty of it before. But what you teach people is to look past that generalization, right? All of you have a plan, and I encourage you wholeheartedly to stick to your plan and to not lose your authenticity to overpowering conformity. But the second lesson that I've been taught by the class of 2026 is about adversity. Okay, let's circle back for a second to the generalization of teenagers. Okay, you've probably heard something along the lines of this: high school is easy, or you're just a teenager, how hard can your life be? But I argue all the time in the grounds of psychology that this time of development in your life, this adolescence, is a wildly difficult time. Okay? We all have a need for affiliation. I think it's what makes us human. So you have the task of balancing the social concept of fitting in, while also trying to figure out not to stand out in a negative way, while also dealing with a full caseload, while also have to dealing with personal issues and family issues and social issues. It's a lot. You all have faced different amounts of adversity in your life, and that should never be understated. Figuring life out for the first time is never easy. Okay, and I've seen that firsthand from you guys. And I've been taught that this is a group of strong-willed individuals. And the fact that you're sitting where you are right now is a testament to that. And the third and final lesson that I kind of want to highlight that I've been taught by the class of 2026 is a lesson about ambition. Now, the class of 2026 is going to be attending the following institutions and pursuing the following careers next year. For example, University of Marquette, University of Minnesota, University of California, San Diego, of course, University of Wisconsin-Madison, pursuing the following careers in engineering, biomedical research, pipe fitting, auto mechanics, nursing, and that's only scratching the surface. A multitude of other wonderful institutions and careers that these kids are going to be going into next year. But you have all taught me that your ambition drives your behavior. You all have a dream, and within the next couple of months, guys, your life is going to change exponentially. This is a group of intelligent young adults who want to achieve remarkable things. Guys, I have every single reason to believe in each and every one of you. But there's a little bit of a problem. Ambition is a remarkable thing. But ambition kind of needs to be paired with one final thing in order to achieve true success. So, for kind of the last time, I wanted to leave you with a lesson of mine, okay? And in doing so, in true Frus fashion, I'm going to tell a story, as I typically do, even if sometimes it has nothing to do with AP Psych or criminal justice. And that's fine, just don't tell my boss. But as many of you may know, I coach basketball here at Germantown High School. And if some of you also know, I taught for 2 years in Chicago, okay? I want to tell a little story about my first year teaching in Chicago, okay? Finishing my first year, well, my only goal was to survive, and there I did it, okay? I signed my contract for renewal, and I had this ambition at the tail end of my first year teaching. So with that ambition, I walked down to the gym, into the office, inside the gym, and I went to go talk to an individual by the name of Mike Bailey. Mike Bailey is the head varsity boys basketball coach still at St. Patrick High School, and I walk up to Mike. At the time, I didn't fully know the guy, but he joked with me in passing, you know, in the hallways, teacher in-service days, things like that. So we kind of had a baseline relationship. I was comfortable enough to talk to him. So I walk into his office and I say, "Hey, coach, I'm interested in coaching basketball." And he kind of does one of these. He looks up at me and sets his Diet Coke down, and he says, "You know what, Frus, here's our summer schedule. See what you can make it to." And he said that to me with the expectation that, you know, I'd be around from time to time, and then it kind of fizzle out, we kind of go our separate ways and be that. He told me that at a later date. But from that moment forward, I committed myself to every practice, every shoot-around, every single summer league game at all 3 levels, so much so that I carved a role for myself as the head freshman B coach at the time. And in looking back in retrospect, I don't know if I'd be able to do it all again. Because let me paint you this picture. I walk into the office of a Hall of Fame coach, recognized around the country with over 700 career wins. Me, with no coaching experience to my name, no playing experience at any level to my name, and I say, "Coach, I want to do what you do." That's ambition. But in that moment, I paired ambition with its greatest partner. That's try. As I said before, ambition is a remarkable thing, but ambition is absolutely meaningless if you don't try. My ambition of coaching basketball means absolutely nothing if I don't try and talk to Mike Bailey about an opportunity to do so. I wouldn't be where I am if I didn't pair ambition with try. So from this moment forward, class of 2026, I dare you to try. Your life is waiting to change. And there's only one person who's holding you back from changing your life. And that's you. There's only one person that's going to be with you every single moment and every single second of your life. And that's you. When no one else can be, you have to be your number one fan. And when no one else is able to fill that role, you are your number one doubter. Because self-doubt kills ambition. But try supersedes all of that. Set your sights high and try. Because it's your story. And my question to you is, who do you want to write it? I'm not the writer. They are not the writer. We are not the writer. It's you. Don't let self-doubt write a chapter about regret in the story of your life. Class of 2026. I dare you to pair ambition with try. The second that you do, you'll be amazed at what you can actually achieve. So class of 2026, congratulations. Proud of you guys. Thank you.
Thank you for that amazing message, Mr. Frusolone.